All right, well, 0-0 right now, coming to you live from the concourse here. What an interesting first period. And come on, don't be shy.
There we go.
Look, it's a new Jay Peckham.
It's good to be back for sure.
Yeah. Well, you're here watching the game, and well, first of all, Nick, tell everybody who you are, where you're from.
I'm Nicholas Moss from Ingersoll, and yeah, I'm hoping to get into the sports industry one day.
Yeah. Okay. And who you're working with? You are working with a team right now.
Yes, I'm working with the St. Thomas Stars, and I'm going to have to say it. We're an affiliate team for the London Knights.
Right.
However, I am a huge fan and supporter of the Sarnia Sting.
Yeah. Well, thanks for making the trip down here. And what are you seeing out there? I mean, boy, we saw some interesting penalties. I'm sure Jay Peckham's going to have something to say about that for sure. But what do you tell everybody what you're seeing out there?
The Sarnia Sting has had a 3-game weekend, and they're coming out of the gates here a little slow, a little choppy, and I'm seeing a lot of lazy plays in my mind there, just blind passes going nowhere. This team needs to wake up a little bit. I know it's a tough weekend that they had. They won against Saginaw in Saginaw 6-3, and then they unfortunately blew a 4-goal lead on the Friday.
It was 4-1 in the first, and then
So
had to bring that up.
Well,
but it's true, right? It's been a busy weekend, but also I think one of the things that we're happy to see that Jay and I talked about earlier is Nicholas Scherzika is playing and starting between the pipes here tonight, which is someone we've only seen him start I think about 3 times this season so far. So what are you seeing from Nick?
I'm impressed with him, really, because with only having a few starts this season, things could be a lot more, worse with him. Yeah. But he's in there. He looks nervous, but he's making those sound position saves. With Barry having 9 shots on net, could have been 2 goals easily. But this kid's making those stops that this thing needs. So
no, I'd agree. And I like that you added in the part that he looks a little nervous. I kind of noticed that too. I was like, just breathe, But there's a lot of expectations out there. When you're the backup goalie and then you're brought in all of a sudden, especially on a day like today, the teddy bear toss. Did you bring your teddy bear? Okay, so anyway. So that's okay. We're expecting 5,000 is the goal for the teddy bears. They had 4,000 last year, but the fact that you made the trip down from Ingersoll says a lot of your support with the Sarnia Sting. He looks a little nervous out there, but I think he's playing very well. I think you're right. There's some holes out there that need to be filled, or Barry's going to walk through those holes and take the first goal. And then I think when we get scored against first, it seems like we get nervous.
We do.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, any other thoughts before I kick you out of here and bring in that Jay Peckham guy?
The other thing I want to bring up is that obviously every Sarnia Sting player right now wants to be that player that scores the goal to commence the teddy bear toss. But they also have to remember not to be selfish with the puck. They got to, make those passes that they need to open up the lane and slot. So just let's play as a team out there. Don't even worry about the teddy bear toss. It's just another game.
It's hard not to, though. I mean, there's so many people. Do you have a lot of people? I know me and the guys upstairs have got a couple that we're going, who's going to get the first goal? We have a little pool going there.
Oh, okay. I don't even know who to choose. Yeah. There's a lot of good contenders out there, so I'm just hoping to see a goal here at least, because that's an awkward teddy bear toss without seeing a goal.
Right. Okay. So. Very good. Well, Nick, thanks so much for coming down and joining me here. Appreciate that. You want to pass those over to the big guy there, and we'll bring him back in. There we go. Thanks again to Nick Moss for stopping in and saying hello. Made the trip down from Ingersoll.
Woohoo! Finger hole.
Yeah, you've probably got a few similar comments there. He's like, this is a good team. He goes, but man, he says, I'm seeing some sloppy play out there.
Yeah, there's definitely some sloppy. I mean, I think, again, this has been a very aggressive game so far.
Do you think?
And I think that there's,
I'm a little surprised, quite honestly, but
I am too. So it'd be interesting to see because, most of our guys who are used to this style of hockey are out.
Right. Oh, yeah, good point. I never thought of that.
And so, these are guys that aren't used to it. I mean, Passagov going off, he's clearly been injured in some capacity, whether or not he makes it back into the game tonight. or not. But that's a big that's a guy we don't want to be out.
No.
And so it'll be interesting to see whether or not we can continue to keep up that pace with that that level of ferocity, I guess.
Well, and it's difficult at this stage of the game too, right? Where we're sitting in the conference and everything. It's like we gotta start. We can't keep sitting there. We gotta keep moving up. You don't have to. I don't want to say Rome wasn't built in a day, but like you don't have to do a whole bunch all at once. You just gotta little bit.
Yeah.
And that sneaks your way up in there. Now, okay, I'm going to put it to you.
But you got to have the endurance for this kind of style of hockey, right?
That's right. It's very, very aggressive, and it's definitely something that I think might be weighing on the Sarnia Sting in this second period.
I would think, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be concerned if Passage-Off is not back.
Yeah.
And, we've got some guys that have taken some big penalties. Refs are certainly throwing out some very big penalties.
Yeah, I had trouble hearing. I suppose I could look it up here, but the penalty they gave, like a blah, 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 and I couldn't hear it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was like,
but I mean, a 5-minute major with slew footing and stuff like that. I didn't see it, but, clearly the refs think they did, and they reviewed it.
Well,
and
then
still
there was a hard
stand.
hit on our guy, too, right before McDonald came in
there's
and
been
said,
a bunch
wait
of
a
those.
minute.
Yeah.
Yes, right?
And but the kind of penalties they're throwing around right now are match misconducts and 5-minute majors and you know what I mean? So, there's been some offsetting, but the referees are throwing this, but it doesn't seem to be having the kind of effect it normally would. Normally if the refs are throwing around big penalties like match misconducts and stuff,
well, that's one I've never
you're
even
heard
of before.
Typically,
this year, right?
The teams would be kind of backing off a little bit, and they really haven't. Those penalties are flying out there, and that level of hockey's still going on.
Yeah, and I got to wonder too, like
head checks and
first 3 minutes for the first period, I was like, oh, where's this going, right? Because Now, is this coming from some frustration from the Sarnia Sting, perhaps not just here today, but leading up to today? With we won at Saginaw, that's great. There's a lot of energy now coming out from that game. But going back in time to just talk about some of their games, like it's been a frustrating year, aside from we don't even need to continue to talk about the bad luck with the players being off and stuff. But there's been a lot of different frustrations. Is that coming out here today, do you think?
Well, you know what? I don't think – I wouldn't say that because I think, honestly, the source of this is the Barrie team.
Yeah.
Barrie, they've come in and like a brick wall, they've just been pushing and punishing and all that sort of stuff. And, good for the Sting for stepping up to the plate and pushing back a little bit in some cases. But I think this style of hockey, this is a Barrie style of hockey.
They brought it on. Now, some interesting moves by Barrie out there as well, like pulling that goalie. Early in the first period,
but
right?
they pulled the goalie because they knew that the Sting were getting a penalty.
Yes.
So they pulled the goalie, put in a sixth. They put in a sixth attacker, and then that way they get an advantage until the Sting touch the puck next.
Right.
Right, and so. But it just turned out to be an awfully long time, and it came all the way back up this end, and they're trying to set up and stuff like that. But, and that's, we just can't continue to let that kind of stuff happen. We got to stay out of the box.
I've noticed, too, at least from my perspective up there, looking down at that net, I was like, there seemed to be a lot of times we just weren't where we were supposed to be. The puck had been being passed. And nobody's there, and it was like a wide open net, and
and so here's
from your seats.
This is my frustration, right? So my frustration is that, I mean, there's a certain amount of science that can go into scoring, right?
Sure.
And there are sweet spots from which, it's a little bit easier to score a goal. Okay, and we're not taking shots from those spots.
No.
We're going to a lower percentage shot.
We're not taking a lot of shots.
And we're not taking the shots. I mean, it's almost like they're waiting on the perfect...
Right, the perfect storm.
The exact perfect moment to make that TSN highlight reel.
Yeah, right.
They're going to be superstars. We're going to put a big bronze statue of them out front of the rink. Or, I don't know. They're waiting for something perfect. That doesn't happen. You know what? I'll take 10 less than perfect, slightly less than perfect shots on goal, and hope that maybe we get one or two out of that deal, rather than waiting for that perfect moment and having it shut down.
You kind of read my mind. I was like, boy, there's just been a lot of opportunities there. Nobody's home.
Yeah.
Or even when it was like, there's a confidence thing missing out there.
But look, look have you seen Ty Voigt had a couple of, beautiful little breakaway opportunities.
At least two.
But he gets in so deep that he's literally almost on top of the goaltender before he lets the shot go.
Yeah.
Okay?
You can't be that close.
That's going to do two things. That's going to, one, minimize the response time of the goaltender, which is a good thing. But on the other hand, when you're in that close, you might not have anything to shoot at.
Yeah, you don't have the accuracy maybe.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're too close. You can't move as much either, right?
And exactly. You don't have, 4 beautiful little corners to hit or whatever. If you just backed up a little bit, shot a little earlier, you might be able to misdirect the goaltender and find yourself with some mesh that you can hit, right?
All right. Well, that's the ultimate goal here, and I guess
hit some mesh, baby.
People still waiting to throw their teddy bears out onto the ice, and
I know
5,000 of those. And thanks.
If I have to hold on to mine any longer, next time I'm going to have to buy it a seat.
Oh boy! Wow! Did that just happen? That's a stab. All right. Well, there you go. We're having.
And there's no seats to be had in this place.
No, congratulations to the Sarnia Sting. Oh, I do want to give a shout out to Anthony Wing at the ISO, the International Symphony Orchestra here in Sarnia. You saw the gentleman up there playing the organ. Shout out to Anthony Wing from the International Symphony Orchestra. Did that, and they're asking if you're on Twitter to tweet out to the Sarnia Sting something that says, "Hey, we want to see the organ again. Play the organ more. We love that." I thought that was a lot of fun. All part of the in-game experience here. Jake Burry and the team there doing a fantastic job putting that together.
100%.
There's my gopher, my favorite.
Well, you better wrap it up now, then.
Right. All right, well, here we go. Coming into the second period. Let's see what happens here. We're hoping to toss the teddy bears because Jay Peckham doesn't want to buy another seat for his teddy bear. All right, here they come. As always, live from the concourse. I'm David Burrows with the Sarnia Sting, and this is Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!